You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, you guys, happy Monday, and welcome home for the people who were down to the Vegas. I'm glad you guys made it back home safely, and I hope you guys are getting you some rest. And I know you guys are working on content because the content has been contenting since everybody got back home. Okay, now I do believe that some people are still in Vegas, but I'm just going to talk about a few things because in about an hour, our girl Sassy will be live, and then I am heading over there. And if y'all want, y'all can follow me over there. But yes, so we're going to be headed over to Sassy's after this. So I'm just going to be here real quick, just for a quick minute. A little breakfast live for you guys. I'm on my second cup of coffee and I'm still trying to wake up, but I'm here to give you guys a little content. And please come on in and like and share the video on your way in, please, and thank you. And what's up, youngest? How you doing? What up, Team Breezy? What up, Miss LA? Hey, beautiful. How you doing, babes? You guys, I just want to chime in on a few things I saw since I last made a video. Last night I was going to go live. I really was planning on it, but I was so tired. I couldn't believe I made like 7 videos over the span of a couple of days. And some of those videos was 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. I was exhausted. So I was watching me a little bit of Netflix and Hulu last night and fell asleep. But anyway, thank you, Miss LA. Thank you for liking and sharing. I appreciate that. And if y'all want to donate to the commentary or to the platform, feel free. $, the hood table 402. Thank you so much. But yeah, so there's been a lot of things going on since Cam and Queen and VS came back from Vegas. And it is just crazy how some of the things that happened right before our eyes on live, they have been spun like the whole thing that really, like, when you say like the highlights of the trip and everything, there was a few things that were the highlights for me, but I will never ever forget the fact that when VS was live, Queen 88 came in and she squatted down and showed her cobra head, her smooth, puss, and was asking VS to look at it, and she wanted VS to prove and Cam to prove that it was smooth and that her lips wasn't hanging to the floor. And then she gets on a panel and she's discussing it, and they're like, did that really happen? She's like, no, that didn't really happen. Cam, he wasn't there, all this other kind of stuff. Like, they were in different rooms, and I'm like, but we heard it live. We were there when it happened. It's just some weird things, going on. I don't know why. You said, what if another man did that to man? If another man did that to another man, he probably would have got his nuts kicked in or punched out and be laying on the floors, holding his stuff, or passed out with his pants down to his ankles. I'm just saying. Like I said the other day, I wish somebody would drop their panties down and try to get me to look at their puss, just to prove that it's smooth and she don't have long lips that you can braid. I I don't give a damn about your puss. Like I really don't. But so I was watching VS and I was watching Lucky. I don't think I've ever been to Lucky's channel before. But Lucky did interview Queen and she was asking her a lot of things. And a few things that I thought about since the trip began. Especially with like MU and things like that. I done heard people bring up that situation over and over again. The MU part when her and Don Cato had met up with VS in the middle of the night. And what I had told y'all yesterday was I thought that maybe because it was so late at night that Don Cato might have just been a little irritated and might have want to be, in a hotel room sleep or something like that. But when I think about it, and after listening to VS her last video, I think that what happened without MU saying what really happened, because I don't think she said what really was going on right now, but something transpired when they were sitting there live. I think that what happened was because Don Cato didn't want her to go in the first place. Remember, MU said that she didn't even tell him that she was going. And then once he found out, they got into a little disagreement or whatever, which was why she couldn't come right away. And her friend ended up meeting up with VS. And then they came anyway in the middle of the night. Now, there were some things that MU wanted VS to clear up, when it came to Don Cato's name. That was very important for them to start off with clearing his name, because it was said that he didn't want MU to meet up with Cam and, some other stuff. And I think it was supposed to be something quick. You go meet up with VS. Y'all, you talk, you tell her you're here, and then we head to our damn hotel room, and maybe y'all can hook up again tomorrow. That's what I think it was. But when VS and MU started to sit down and really like do a show, a whole live, they discussing everything and things like that. Don Cato was like, the fuck? It's 2 a.m. in the motherfucking morning. How long is y'all gonna be on this motherfucker? I'm ready to go. I'm just thinking that's probably how he was thinking. Because me personally, if I was to show up somewhere and I didn't travel before a lot, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and somebody trying to keep me up, and my man is like, I'm tired, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go to bed. Can we just holler at them later? I think that's part of what happened. And if MU ever does go live, or Don Cato, he got a channel, right? I don't know if he'll speak about it, because I don't think Don Cato got it to do with anything that happens on YouTube anymore. Especially when VS had asked him, did he want to go on camera? And he said, no. Now, she said, I knew something was wrong then. And then she said about the angry arms. Like a lot of people was thinking when VS said angry arms, that she meant he was waving his arms around, real mad and stuff like that. And that's what I was thinking too. But when she was talking last night, she was like angry arms, like he was tensing up. Like I'm just picturing him tensing up. You know how you get mad and you get frustrated, you tensing up, you balling up your fist, you like, just mad, getting mad. And so then she said MU was trying to calm him down and things like that. And that's when VS was like, oh, hell no. I'm about to get the hell out of Dodge because I don't know what the hell is going on here. But I'm about to head to my hotel room. And that's when we saw her running like she was being chased. She ran all the way to her hotel room. But yeah, it was a few things that Queen got caught in a lie about. Like, for example, and what up, Fred? Shout out to the members. What up, Noble? How you doing? Come on in. Make sure you guys like and share the video. But yeah, another incident was when Queen was talking about they didn't have one of those Murphy beds. And we know that Cam had a Murphy bed because he took VS to his room and, they did a tour of his room. And so she had on her interview had said, no, he ain't got no Murphy's bed. We don't even know what a Murphy's bed is. That was like another lie. So I don't even understand why certain things were fabricated because they really, really weren't a big deal. Now, the situation with her showing her cobra head, and by the way, VS, I've never heard a puss described as a cobra head before, but I'm gonna start using that. I'm definitely going to start using that one. I was like, Cobra head. But then when you think about the puss and when you're pulling it back, I'm like, oh, okay. Am I the only one who's never heard a puss being described as such? I don't know. I am from the Midwest. So I don't know. It could just be me. But anyway, so a few things that I want to discuss also is Wiley. Wiley and Bree. Wiley, Brianna, don't let Wiley on your platform ever again in life. That man was over there cutting up on Brianna's panel, and I was so tickled. I mean, see, that's one thing I used to like about Wiley. He used to make me laugh. Back in the day, he used to make me laugh. He was a character. Some people he used to get on their nerves, but for the most part, I thought he was funny, silly, goofy, whatever you want to call it, until he gets off of his rocker. When he gets off of his rocker, then it's like, okay, somebody please admit him. Somebody, his family, somebody who knows him, please have him admitted, get him some medication, something like that. But he was over there on Brianna's panel, and I'm thinking he hit the panel because he's going to talk about Vegas and talk about what's going on and meeting up with Rebel. Well, they didn't meet up. It was like an accidental meetup. It wasn't planned. But running into, I should say, Rebel and KRN and Sean Bradley and, all them. And he immediately started dragging Brie for her weight and what she eat and what she don't eat. And I was like, Brianna, she finally did drop him off. But yeah, they was going back and forth because Brianna talking about she don't eat burgers. And I don't know what the girl eats. I mean, shit, I'm a big girl and there's some shit I don't eat. So just because you fat don't mean that you eat everything under the motherfucking sun. Like, I definitely, when I was, if I was out there with Talon and them and he trying to feed us some caviar, I would have been like, Talon, first of all, I would have liked to order my own appetizers, spinach dip, chicken, wings, broccoli sticks, crackers, cheese, something, cereal and milk, shit, besides caviar. But anyway, yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. He was telling her, you eat burgers, bitch. You can't be that big because you don't eat no burgers. Talking about, hey, what you gonna go to your doctor talking about? I'm this big and I don't eat burgers. I only eat this, I only eat that. But yeah, he was over there talking shit about her. Now she was talking shit about him too. Now, one thing I can say, Wiley, fat on fat crime is against the law. Fat on fat crime is against the law, Wiley. I don't talk about fat people because I'm big. And y'all done seen me. I'm big. I ain't got no shame. I'm big. I'm a big girl. I'm a plus size girl. And I don't talk about fat bitches because I'm one. I'm like, fat on fat crime is illegal, Wiley. And you are nowhere near small. You are huge. You are a giant, nigga. You are a giant. And you over there dragging Brie about her weight. And y'all, man, that nigga is huge. Did you hear when KRN, King Roman News, when he was talking about, he was like, man, y'all, Wiley is big. Like when you see him up front, he is big. So I'm like, this shit is crazy. Every time I hear fat people on here talk about somebody else that's fat, I'm like, you like one sandwich, one Snicker, one shake away. Like, but anyway, yeah, that was crazy. But another thing that I had heard VS say about, and this is alleged, okay? She said it, but what she said is alleged. And that was, child, when VS was talking about Cam and his snotty nose. Now, VS, she was saying that Cam's nose was running the entire time. She actually thinks that him and Queen was running around down to the Vegas getting more than weed from the dispensary. Allegedly. Allegedly. When VS said they were walking by the Strat and they had walked too far, and she was like, where the hell y'all taking me? Like, she said she was looking around. It was all kind of people laying on the ground, people in wheelchairs, decrepit looking black folks. I love that word, decrepit. Tracy used to say decrepit all the time. I think she still uses that word when she be dragging people. She always calls somebody decrepit, no matter what they look like. Tracy, that's one of her favorite words. But she said they was decrepit looking black folks lying around, probably looking like they on drugs or bums or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to picture the scene as VS is describing it. And she said they walked down to a block too far. And she said there was a gas station nearby. But she was like, fuck that shit. I'm turning around. I'm going back to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. I'm not going back down there. Okay. And so she went back and she said no sooner than she turned around to go back, he was like literally behind her, running behind her. So she was like, I don't know where he went. He couldn't have went to the gas station because the gas station was too packed. So he couldn't have went into the gas station and stood in front of the cashier and got what he wanted from the, within that amount of time. And so she said the only thing that he could have been down there for is maybe some snacks. Y'all know that's what I call, the certain stuff. Some snacks. I'm going to just call it some snacks. Now, again, this is allegedly. This is alleged. You said that was a junkie trip? A junkie trip, child. Fat old fat crime. Yes, you plus size too. It is a crime. It is a crime, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So when she was like, okay, he ran up right behind me. And so she has a feeling that him, that he and Queen, they was on some shit. She said she don't know if it's the coke or she don't know what. She said, whatever it is that you sniff up your nose. And when she was saying that his nose was constantly running, now I didn't see in the videos where we saw him, I didn't see his nose running. I didn't see any snot or anything like that. But she said it was running so much that at one point she just got tired of looking at it. She was like, I ain't gonna let this nigga keep running around here with snot running down his motherfucking nose. And she was describing it as, that little boy, little Roscoe. Little Roscoe from Martin. The Martin TV show. She said that's what he was looking like. Child. The first time, I am a big Martin Lawrence TV show fan. Right. So when I remember when I first saw Roscoe on one of the episodes that he was first on, and Martin came in there and knocked on the door to Gina, and he's down there, he's on his knees, but of course it's making it look like he's a little short kid and got the shoes in front of his kneecaps, and Roscoe got all that snot, all them bubbles. She said it wasn't just snot, it was bubbles and shit. It was bubbles and shit coming out of his nose, trickling down. And she said it was right in the middle, like right in the middle of his nose, just trickling down, just trickling down. And she said at 1 minute she had to tap him on the nose. She was like, ask him, y'all, ask him. Ask him if I didn't tap him on his nose. It was like, what is wrong with your nose? Why your nose keep running? Y'all, I was just picturing it. You said I keep tissues everywhere I go. Child, I do too. At least in my car. I at least keep tissue in my car all the time. Some little tissue. Girls, when I go out of town, I ain't gonna hold you. When we go out of town, we have more than Kleenex. We've had tissue rolls. We grab a big old thing of tissue before we go out of town. Now, this is if we're driving, right? Not if we're flying. But if we're driving, because shit, you never know. You might get caught on the side of the road, emergency, you never know. Shit, anything can happen. What up, Taylor Made? Fran said that little boy was a mess on Mark. Yes, he was. Hold on, y'all. We got a guess. Hold on. Let me put up my camera. Put up my cover, my overlay. One second. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
No complaints whatsoever. I came up here.
Whatsoever. Same
I
here.
came. I came up here to say, what's your grade of the
What's
whole trip?
oh God. From the whole trip?
Yeah.
Um oh God. The whole trip. Dang. Mm. Am I grading like the drama?
Oh, wait a minute.
Am I
no,
grading
you
the
got to.
drama? Or am
No,
I? I
no,
don't
you
even
got to
know.
grade the whole trip. You can't like slice it up and try to
Okay,
compartmentalize.
okay, okay. If I was to grade the entire trip, like, see, if I threw everybody in there, like everybody, I would say a 6. But that's everybody. But if you ask me to break it down, it would be different between camps.
Mm.
That
See,
that's why I said. Hmm.
see. No, no, six is. I thought it. I thought it was a uh, 7.5. I thought it was a 7.5, and
Oh,
I
okay.
thought, which is good because you have to understand there were high expectations, so it's
Hmm.
usually going to be kind of hard to meet high expectations like that.
Hmm.
And I feel what we saw was like a lot of camaraderie with the various groups. So on
Hmm.
Bradley's group, they went to Grand Canyon. They had a good time, no drama. We were able to see them eating with Ty and everybody. That was good to see. I like that. Then on you have Ness and Lemon and their crew. I think I know a lot of people wanted them to go out more and people were being hypercritical about them, but
Hmm.
I thought seeing them together, I thought that was great. I think the kickoff, and I think that video is at like 10,000 views now. Of course, because I'm involved, and the kickoff of this whole event, people thought you know it generated content. Whether you were like, I wanted more, I wanted to see the God talent on camera. I get all of that, but it kept you talking. It was a way to kick it off.
Hmm.
But so I thought, I thought it was good. It was missing drama. That's why it's a 7.5 because it was missing drama. And those of us who like mess, we wanted it to be messy and messier.
Hmm.
But I don't think, and we did get that with VS and that I got to tell you. That
Hmm.
VS stuff in the beginning, I was like, I don't care about all of that.
That was the
I
best
don't.
part. Yeah.
And no, in the beginning, because I saw her dancing in Fremont. That touristy
Hmm.
stuff I don't care about. I
Hmm.
saw that. I was like, this is some nonsense. But then as we got deeper into the event, her sitting in the what was it, the Cosmopolitan restaurant,
Right.
uh, by herself, complaining. Now, the funny part about this, Tanya, you don't know this, but I was in the Bellagio restaurant at the same
Hmm.
time, and I could have just, took a little 5-minute walk to introduce myself to uh, VS. But
You could have
considering,
literally been standing in the cut watching her, and she wouldn't have even known.
well, well, no, no, I wouldn't do that because that sounds like
Well,
stalking.
I
So,
mean, no, I'm
no,
just saying, if you happen
no,
to
but
be there and just
if
looking
we,
over like that's VS.
yeah, see, well, you're making it seem like I'm fanning out over VS. No, what I'm
No,
saying,
not
yeah,
that. I'm just okay. Never
yeah,
mind.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is, I was eating my prime rib, talking to you. You get what I'm saying? And on camera, talking to you,
Yep,
and then
yep.
she was also just a 5-minute walk away from me. Now, that could have been great content considering the comments I've made about her and the comments she made about me.
Correct.
So, but because I know she has anxiety, I wouldn't have done that to her. But it just goes to show that we there were elements, there were things that could have happened that could have made this jump to a 10. But in the interest of respecting others'
Mhm.
privacy, in the interest of, because a meeting with me and BS, that could have gone all types of ways. You know,
Right.
yeah, I could have introduced myself to her, said hello, turned my back and walked out, and she could have bashed me over the head with a bottle or
She
something,
wouldn't have done
you
that.
know,
No.
and I would
First
have
of all,
had
you
to.
too tall from what we hear. You like 10 foot tall or something like that. So,
But
but hold
no,
on, Tyler. Did you hear the rumors? Did you hear the fuck the rumor? Did you hear the lie?
what?
Somebody said that you cammed up on my live. And so people
Oh,
were
look.
hitting me up
Uh,
saying, did he cam up on your live? I'm like, what do you mean cam up? Do you mean showing us his dinner plate? I mean,
yeah,
like,
it was. Yeah, yeah. So let me tell you about that because there's two separate rumors that December Baby and somebody else is running with. First of all, they said that Chat Rep has exposed me, my true identity, which is nonsense. But I guess they're trying to get that rumor started. And then the other rumor is the one. Well, there's three. The other one is that I'm the sponsor, which is false. The third rumor is I cammed up on your live, which I did cam up, but I didn't show myself. But they're saying I showed myself on your live,
right.
which is
A cam up to
which is
me is you actually showing your face in live
right,
action, and that did not happen.
right. And the only reason I had toyed with the idea of actually camming up because, but see, the problem is, and Tanya, this is going to sound like I'm conceited. And speaking of conceited, make sure you click on Sassy's live later today.
Oh, I
I
already
think
said I talked to Sassy this morning. I said when I'm done, I'm gonna send people your way. But I started off with that when I went live. I
yeah,
said, "Oh yeah, we going to Sassy's next." Yep.
no. So thank you. But what I'm going to say is this: for me to cam up, I don't lead with my looks. You understand what I'm saying? I like to lead with all of this faux condescension and all of that because I know it triggers people, and I can tell them repeatedly that hey, this is all entertainment. I'm having fun. But in their minds, they just can't. I don't know, whatever. Maybe they have a disability. They can't comprehend things. They take me seriously, and I'm just having fun. But anyway, I don't lead with my looks. If I was to come on camera, what that's going to do is these women, because these women are very desperate in the beef sector. These thirsty women, all of a sudden, would be kowtowing to me, trying to suck up to me, and I don't want that. I like playing a villain. I like playing a villain. If I wanted to be a top content creator in this sector, all I have to do is get on camera, talk my shit, and boom. If you think these ladies, these desperate ladies who are throwing their panties at gay men and bisexual men, who look weird and odd, what do you think they're gonna do for me, a straight man? so so I don't like to even do that. I don't need to get on camera. I want people to hate me because those people identify themselves as people who are can't comprehend that talent is playing with y'all and trolling you. This is not who he is in real life. But that being said, getting back to the real point is, I really, I wasn't involved in the Finesse's
In
convention.
no way, shape,
100,
or form.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they
I'm
said that
just,
the person was a
I'm,
millionaire. Not trying to count your pockets, but they did say the person was a millionaire, and a lot of us
mhm.
expected millionaire content. But
Oh yeah, yeah. That goes back to the high expectations, and I think if you remove those high expectations and probably set the bar a little bit lower, I think you would have probably felt like me. It was a 7.5, and but I think it was Ness and Lemon. They are great, intrinsic as well. And as a supporter, as a super fan, so to speak, I think Ness and Lemon did a great job. Did a great job. I can't knock them. People were really focusing in on little smaller elements that are irrelevant in the big picture. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But I was curious about how you thought about it because you went into it like I'm just ready for it to get
Let me
here
tell
and
you. Let me be honest with you. And somebody in the chat said a two at best. And what up, Phoebe in executive sessions? How y'all doing?
two.
Yeah,
Oh,
two at best.
come on, come on.
That's what a
That
little
has
white
to
girl
be a
said. What
plus.
up? But if that shit didn't happen with VS, I'd probably say like a 4.5.
That BS thing. Let me tell you, I was up that night. You know when she met MU, and normally I would have turned off that type of conversation because that's for women. I wasn't. But then I heard something about angry arms, and I heard that Don Cato was helicoptering around. And that old man, he's a creep. He's an abusive creep. And because MU is vulnerable, very vulnerable, and you know what I'm saying. She's very
Yeah, that's what
vulnerable.
Ken
She
had
could
asked
be,
VS last night. Was did he look like he was gonna hit her or something? And VS
uh,
said, I don't know, I don't want to say, but he was angry.
yeah, yeah. You can tell by the way she is. She's real timid. Like she's got some unresolved trauma. And I think that old creep. The fact that he has any type of control over her, a younger, vibrant woman, tells you all you need to know because now I could have because she was back at the Cosmopolitan. I could have easily gone over there if MU had indicated that she was under some distress and gone over there and slapped that little old creep, and he would have been on his way. But I don't, unless I'm asked, I'm not just gonna. But yeah, but I can tell he's always been an abusive type. He's threatened, he's jealous. He heard, there were men that are in Vegas, and he has me blocked, and I've never talked to this dude. So that tells you all you need to know about Don Cato. He's an insecure old creep, and a guy like me in person, he's going to do one or two things. He's going to walk quickly to his vehicle, or he's going to get knocked out. And he knows that. So you got to understand, he was jealous and he was threatening. He wasn't going to let her because you got to remember, she was halfway to Vegas. He called and said, "No, you're not going down to Vegas without me in tow. You're not going to do that." Not when you got talent, not while you got lemon and some straight men. No, no, that ain't happening. Because you got to understand, these jealous dudes, the ones that call themselves straight, they know what time it is with me. None of these clowns are on my level. And I keep telling you, you got nothing to worry about. I'm not interested in these women in these sectors. I'm not interested like that. You don't have to worry about me, but don't sow your insecurities. So she went back, picked him up, then drove down there. He's standing on the sidelines while those, VS and uh, MU are talking, and he's fuming about something, you know, because that insecurity of his. I don't know what he got insecure about. So, the angry arms and probably if they weren't in a public place,
Well,
he
did you hear
probably
why
would
I
have.
said I think he was mad?
No, what'd you say?
Well, I just thought that, because of the fact that MU immediately wanted to clear up his name, of some things that VS has said that she said was incorrect. I think that he honestly, because remember it was 2 in the morning. So I think after driving that long way and then, sitting down and they like really doing a live, like a full out video, live discussion and everything. I don't think it was supposed to be that. I don't even think they were supposed to go live. I think that him and MU was just supposed to meet her, say we here, maybe holler and kick it with her in the morning, and that was it. That's what I really think.
Hmm.
I just think he was probably like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why the fuck is y'all live? Like what you know? That's
Well,
what I
he should have done his research on VS, and then that's another reason why I probably it would have been good content if I met her. But then also somebody would have ended up going to jail as well. So it was wise that I didn't make that short walk to meet her. But no, I agree that probably had a lot to do with it. You know, he didn't do his research, or him, you didn't tell her, hey, this woman is about her content. Because BS, I may say a lot of things about BS, but she's about her content,
Yeah,
content
ain't no
over everything.
way she would have been
Yeah,
meeting. Yes, I mean meeting her at no 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. You done snatched her ass out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she came down. You already know VS gonna go live. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So for him to do all of that and then to try to, be on the sidelines, really distraught and upset,
Mm-hmm.
it just goes to show you the type of character that old creep is. But no,
Let
but
me
then
ask you
when she,
something. After you finish your statement, I want to ask you something too. Go ahead.
but yeah, sir, but then when she said, hey, you two, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then started running, that made my whole night. That made
Oh
well,
yeah, because I really thought she was going to the bathroom, Callie. I really thought she was going to the bathroom.
I said, "Oh man!" I said, "This is good." And then and I'm gonna tell you a part, and it's a very subtle thing, and because I was doing something at that time, it was very early in the morning, and I wasn't watching my phone, and I hear her walking up the steps, which is even crazier to me. I'm listening to her walk up the steps was entertaining because it's like 6 or 7 flights of steps, and I'm like, what is going on? Because we
Yes.
know we know the hotel is a very poor hotel, and is not representative of the majority of the hotels in the Vegas
Heck
area.
no. Mm-mm,
Yeah,
right.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it just goes to show, that frog looking guy. What's his name? Cam. It just goes to show you he's a guy that wants to pretend he has money. He'll tell you he won a lot of money, but
But did you hear what
he
he said? How he had like 4 or 5 hotels reserved, and VS was like, "And what made you choose this one? If you've been
exactly.
here to Vegas many times."
Yeah, if you're a baller like me, I was staying at the Waldorf Astoria, and in a in a nice suite. I don't have to get prices because people get upset. Like if you got money, you don't have to do all of that. See, a lot of these bums, they don't understand. It's 2024. My guys get together, we flex. If somebody says they went to the Maldives, somebody else is saying this. Somebody's saying they got a new whip, somebody else is trying to out. You see, you're not in these circles. I don't know all this wealth whispers. You're quiet. We like to flex. You see, if you and I'm going to discuss this later. Uh, I'm going to discuss this later on today. But I'm going to talk about the place that I went to. I'm going to give the name because you remember there were a lot of trolls saying, "Oh, we went there before," and it ain't. They haven't been there before because Uppity, like I don't know if you were aware, but Uppity on YouTube camera says she knew the place. Troll, and she named some crazy place, some prohibition bar or something. Nobody. I thought these were doxers in the beef sector. They can't even come up. This place is so
Hold up,
like,
talent. Hold up, talent. Do you see that comment on the screen?
what's up?
They said, "Why is
Oh,
Shakim over there trying to get money to buy him a ticket back home?
are you
He claimed he
serious?
missed his flight, but they say he claimed he missed his flight, but they think he only booked the one way. Because remember,
Yeah.
he said that before he only books one way when he travel."
See, so what you know, and I'm glad you brought me back to that. Sakim, I'm going to be honest with you. I've done a 180 on Sakim. I hated the dude. I thought he was worthless and all this. I think and you may have argued me down on this hood table. I think after this trip, he's beef sector through and through. Because and what I mean,
No, nuh-uh, no, no.
listen to. I knew you would listen to me. This guy, I saw him last night on the strip, shirt off, dancing for money. Roe was telling passerbys, give this man some change. Usually we see these bums tap dancing on the street and we don't know their background. This is Shakim. Shakim is a scammer. He needs to lean into his scam nature because he should be Shakim the scam god. Because I just find it funny. He's always going to find a way to turn something into him getting money. And he's always going to be around 24/7 because he's on that powder. So now you got a guy on powder. He's broke. He's walking miles to get pre rolls every day instead of buying in bulk. He's more beef sector than the majority of people in the beef sector in terms of content creators. We know this guy's a real life bum. So I think he is truly a beef sector. I am now. I'm a big fan of Shakim. You don't enjoy his antics? Uh,
No, no.
uh,
It's
hmm.
he has his moments. I'm not gonna lie. He has his moments where I'll be like, that nigga crazy. But as far as like, no, I'm a moon away from that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you have to keep in mind we had a little tit tat.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. So, okay. I think as time goes by, I want you to remember this conversation because I think he's, I know a lot of people disagreeing, but am I not usually right? So allow this. Give me 4 months, and we're going to revisit that. And I'm one of those. I
Nah.
told you so, people. And I think you're going to find this. He's beef sector. But look, you were going to ask me a
I
question.
think eventually other people will consider him B sector because of the fact that some people still cling onto him and give him life over here. But the
Hmm.
B sector, it will never consider him B sector.
You were going to ask me a question.
But Fran said he better sell that mussy. But what's up, everybody? Hey, Smooth Carter and Side Eyes of Views and Poetry and Motion and Nobody Cares Work. Nobody cares work harder. What's up, Ish Foreman Sugar? Hey, Grish. Hey, Taylor May. Shout out to the members. Hey, Patricia. Y'all come on
Hey,
in. And by the way, we heading over. What's up, Food Junkie? We heading over to Sassy. She's going live in like 30 minutes. So that's where we're headed after we're done here, by the way. But
yeah, we're finally going to get some answers about refunds. We're going to get answers about what happened at that
I'm gonna be
restaurant. Ooh,
taking notes.
man, this is going to be crazy. I can't wait to hear it. Look, you were going to
Oh, I
ask a
gotta ask you
question.
something. Okay. I
Yeah.
gotta ask you something. And some people had some comments for you too, way back at the top. They said why you didn't give us a tour of your hotel.
Because it's so now remember, this is something elaborate I'm staying in. I generally so where I'm at. But this time I couldn't because there were people in town, beef sector related. There are people who've been to Vegas a lot. You can Google the way my place was set up. You would be able to identify it quickly. And if you think I'm gonna let you bozos call up the front desk where I'm at, you're out of your mind. Because I had thought about it. I was just gonna show you like the first floor, the tub, the spa the spa tub and because I thought that was mind blowing because it was right up against the window, and these windows that surprising. Well, I don't want to get into that, but it was right. If you're a freak, this was a this was crazy, and you could see. Well,
You
I
know,
don't
ain't
want to
no
get too
freaks
much,
in the B sector.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying. If I you get a look, you get a bad chick in your suite, and you got like this mood lighting because and everything is electronic from the blinds, blackout shades. Click a button. Then with the speaker system, the speaker system, it was a Bose speaker system. They have surround sound, and then you put on some, let's say, put on some Luther, and man, in that tub, I, it was crazy. But I was in my room by myself, because I don't share rooms with people. I don't have people sleeping over unless it's a woman and a single woman. I don't do threesomes.
So you don't
And
have niggas laying on your floor in your hotel
no,
room.
no, no. I
Okay.
wish I would. No, no, no. I don't have goofies on my floor.
I couldn't
But
believe they said he was laying on the floor in somebody's hotel room. Like, what?
no, no, that sounds like frat house type of stuff. I don't do all that. But I did have a great time. I was able to do my meet and greets. I was able to do some other things. I don't really want to get into that, but I had a good relaxing time. I wish I could have spent more time with Ness and the crew because and I did get the waiver, but I didn't sign off on the waiver because I couldn't go on a party bus. That opens me up to, I don't have any control over that surrounding.
Oh,
And
everybody, including the white strangers, would have had you on camera. Mm-hmm.
Right, and first of all, I don't, usually on buses, I'm gonna have to be stooped over. Yeah, and I want to address that as well because a lot of people at first, I told them I was just as a joke. You know me, I like to just needle people a little bit. I was on a flight like a couple months ago on Breeze channel, and I said, hey, this is what first class looks like. And I was showing people, and they said, that's not first class. Yeah, and I'm like, are you people kidding? First of all, I can't fit into a normal economy or basic seat. I mean, and I told people that, kind of giving a hint. Some people took it that I was fat because I said that, but I can't fit into a regular seat. I have to be a first class or a comfort plus or something. It has to be a premium
Hold
seat.
up, Grish. Hold on, Colin. Grish. That post on your wall, is that correct? That the next trip to Vegas is tomorrow? From
What?
what it says, hold up. It says Las Vegas to Denver, updated 3 hours ago, 1:20 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, is that about Shakim getting back? Because he takes these cheap flights that have like 24-hour layovers, and he'll sleep in the airport because it's so cheap. That's how he can get it. So a last minute flight is going to be really expensive. So what he does is, like Frontier and Spirit, they'll do those weird where you got like three different connections and it's weird hours. So. Yeah, that's how broke people travel.
I don't
You
like to
know,
fly, so I always take even if I have to travel to the next city to get a straight shot, I always go to get a straight shot and I'll just park my car.
exactly,
I
nonstop.
can't. I don't
And,
like to. It's already nervous enough for me to get on one plane, but then that transport and then that walk into another plane, I get all anxiety all over again. I just want to get on and get off. That's it.
and that's what, and Tanya, that's why Trezor James,
Hmm.
that's why he always needles Sean Bradley. Because if you remember that trip way back in the day, that Sean wanted him to come out and do some filming. There were like three different connections, and it took him like 18 hours to get somewhere. And James still remembers that. And I like both of those gentlemen because they're the architects of the beef sector. But
Hmm.
James will always do a callback and say, "You remember when Sam Bradley had me take about four different connecting flights and I didn't get there till 18 hours later?" And I was like, "Oh man," But yeah, if generally you want a non-stop if you can get it. But if if your funds are somewhat limited, for whatever reason, then you'll do all these connecting flights with weird layover hours. That's not my type of life,
Yeah,
thankfully.
I can't
God,
do that. I cannot. And what's up, the unfiltered Muffy and Jill's comfort zone? KJ Joy. They say he's begging for money to go home. Yes, no layovers for me, Taylor. What up, Just Andrea? How you doing? Robin, Patricia.
oh, I
What's
want to say this to just Andrea. I saw her in Vegas. Not physically. I didn't see her, but I saw her live, and she was with this woman called the Vegan. I really like that vegan woman. I forget her name. I think it was Kelly or something. She said, and if I had some time. If I had some time, I was, booked and busy, as they say. If I had some time, I really would have chopped it up with those two. They look like professional women.
Mhm.
They said they just got a promotion. They're not doing graveyard shifts anymore. And congratulations, Andrea. And I don't know
Yeah,
how
I love me
Andrea.
some Just Andrea. She's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. I liked what I heard. She more mature, a more mature
Hmm.
crowd. Really, really like that. So I just want to tell those two ladies, I love the what you did provide in terms of what your Vegas trip was about.
Mm-hmm.
I think just Andrea was part of that group of Jay Wilson, that had been
Mm-hmm.
just cast aside like
Yeah, and she
plots.
wanted to go anyway because she was like,
Yeah,
they already had plans and,
yeah,
had spent money on certain things. And yeah, so,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then Noble said you was the biggest highlight, you and Sheffy for the Vegas trip. He said no cap.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, I appreciate that, Noble, but I think the chat rep thing, and I think Sassy's going to talk about this in a few minutes about this, her going to the trip because some people thought that was a win for chat rep, and I think that has to be looked at what that really was about, and I think that's going to be interesting. But look, I got to drop down because I do want to watch and
Yeah,
see
I
what's
would love to
happening.
see her point of view, and trust me, we'll be over there. I'll be done by then, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
send all my people over there. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us this
yeah.
morning. I really appreciate it.
Have a good one, Tanya.
All right, you too, boo. All right, you guys, that was the infamous. No, that was talented, formerly known as Talent. What up, Imani? How you guys doing this morning? You said him lied on time or him left. What? I can't believe y'all. I can't believe y'all. Y'all said he over there begging for money. So he didn't make enough money last night when he was shaking that pussy on that. When he was popping that, popping that. He must not have been doing it right. Maybe Queen should have been showing him how to twerk. Because I don't know, he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer, and y'all talking about he wasn't able to get enough money to make it home. I don't understand why people do that. I mean, I guess I can see if you're hoping that maybe the return trip might be like both trips individually be cheaper than a round trip. I have heard some people do that before, but they normally have the money to buy that one ticket on the way back regardless how much it costs. So I don't know. I don't know. Child, I don't know. They say he didn't have a hotel room. Now he down there begging for flights home. So you know that neither Ness or Lemon could squeeze his little butt into their suitcase. You mean to tell me that Tiny Elvis couldn't fit in somebody's back pocket? They couldn't sneak him on the plane. Is that what y'all trying to tell me? So sister say he depends on subscribe. See, one thing we as content creators should never do is depend on someone to pay our bills. I appreciate every cash app, even though sometimes they're far between, and super chats. I appreciate everything that somebody has ever donated to my platform or gifted to me. I really do. I don't beg on here. I might have my cash app posted like normal. That's shit you're supposed to do, as a YouTuber, as a content creator, for the people who do want to support your channel. But I'm not gonna get on here and beg for this and beg for that and beg for that. Oh, I want my hair did. Oh, my kids need some new school clothes. Oh, I need a new car. I need a new bed. I need a new apartment. I need to move out this project into a Section 8 house. I mean, people be on here begging for everything. And I see why mother be disgusted with it because people be taking the shit too gosh darn far with the begging. And it's just so tacky at some points. It's so tacky. But anyway, I digress. You said Beasley laughed about it. I'm sure he did. Beasley talking about he was down there in Vegas, but I don't think he ever went out anywhere while he was in Vegas. But he was hopping on panels to discuss some of the people in Vegas, which I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been doing, but I expected him to show us himself on the strip or at a restaurant or, a tour of his room or I don't know, something. Now, maybe he did and I just missed it, but then again, I wasn't looking. So that's that on that. But yeah, to be down there and not have any money. And that reminds me, speaking of money, and I got like 18 minutes before Sassy's going live. You welcome, baby. Just Andrea, you just sub to her. Oh, she was talking to you. Yes, please sub to Just Andrea. If there's any content creators in the chat, put CC in the chat. If you are a content creator, put CC, 2 capital C's, in the chat so people can support you. But yeah, Noble said there's a lot of broke people in here, and you got some that's effed up. Broke people have no emotion. You only broke if you had no motion to get that bag. That's true, because y'all know I'm like a Jamaican. I got 15, 11 jobs. Shoot, I slang cakes and everything. Shit. My busiest season is Thanksgiving, graduations, of course. All the kids, they want their nice graduation cakes and cupcakes and table treats and all that. And Thanksgiving. And I mean, when I be telling you, I'll be working 2 days straight. I take off my regular job. I've been in my regular job, my normal, the one with the 401k. That one, I take off that job for like 3-4 days during those type of seasons, because they know I can make way more money. Way more money. And I make good money in my job. No shade to my job. I make good money in my job, but I can wait. Shit. One cake. Let's not talk about if it's a 2 or 3 tier cake. A tier cake is averaging $100 per layer. And that's just the flat line base rate. A tier cake, 300 plus. Cupcakes, $100 some for those. Table treats, $100 some for those. I clean up around the holidays when it comes to cake decorating, and I'm a custom cake decorator, so I can make whatever you want me to make and make it look like whatever you want me to make it look like. Y'all done seen some of my pictures, and some of y'all follow me on my cake decorating sites. So yeah, I don't play about that. But yeah, anything. I always believed since I was a little kid. My stepdad, he had so many hustles. He had so many hustles. It ain't no reason why me nor my sis or bros should have grown up not knowing how to work hard. Because he used to pick up pallets from companies that would throw them out, throw them on his raggedy ass pickup truck and bring them home, make them nice and neat, put some nails in them, hammer them up, and resell them joints. He did everything. Everything. Moving furniture. Everything. And that was on top of his regular job, the one with the 401k. I believe everybody should have a hustle or 2 or 3. That's real shit. And I raised my boys the same way, because they saw how hard their mama worked to get them $200-$300 shoes to send them to all them basketball, football, sports camps and track and wrestling and all that shit. The fees, oh my God, boys are so expensive. Any kid that plays sports is really expensive. But oh my God, that shit, I'm having flashbacks now. Thank God they grown and on their own, because mama was ooh. But anyway, I just say that to say I had heard also Queen 88 say that she only went to Vegas with $50. Now let me tell you what I believe. Now, y'all can tell me what y'all believe too. But when VS was supposed to meet up with Cam for breakfast, meet up with MU for breakfast. She had told Cam she was meeting up for MU for breakfast. And I guess they were going to meet up later, her, Cam, and Queen, because MU was supposed to meet up with her homegirl that lives in Vegas, the one who hung out with VS after her and Cam had their little spat. And also about that, what I believe happened about that is, first of all, I did find out that the girl, MU friend, because remember, MU had said her friend met all the content creators like Sean and Jay Wilson and Tracy, and I was thinking, where the hell did this friend meet all them people? I'm trying to remember when all of them might have been somewhere to meet her, and it didn't hit me. I just couldn't remember. And then it hit me when VS was talking again, or I heard somebody else talking about it, and said she was on the cruise with MU. VS said that friend that hung out with VS in place of Cam and Queen was on the trip with Jay Wilson and Sean. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And that's why she wants to be a content creator now. She's thinking about being a content creator, but whatever, whatever. So anyway, about this $50 that Queen supposedly only had when she had came on the trip. First of all, I'm like, I don't know if I can believe that. Who would go to Vegas? Who would go to Vegas? Now, some things there are cheap, but some things there are very expensive. And I'm thinking, who would go to Vegas with a $50 bill? I mean, VS said her breakfast was $42. So VS said that would have been the whole trip right there. You got to get your ass back on the bus or get your ass back on the plane. So I don't know if I believe that right there. But what I can believe, now this is just my opinion and I could be wrong, okay? And I'm going to end on this because I don't want to be late for Sassy and I don't want to keep you over here because Sassy's going live. And Sassy is going to discuss the kerfuffle, I guess, between her and Chat Rap and discuss the Vegas trip. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Fifi. You said she may have been flued out. That's what I'm talking about, Fifi. But yeah, so what I believe happened was because remember, MU said the last time she spoke to Queen on IG, it was friendly. They didn't have no problems. They didn't have no issues. And then once she found out from VS that she was going to be hanging with VS and they were going to breakfast and shit, she's like, I don't fuck with that bitch. I don't fuck with her. I ain't going to be around her. We beefing. And VS like, beefing over what? What y'all beefing about? And she said, oh, it got something to do with Sean G or whatever. And so when MU hooked up with VS late in the midnight hour, VS was like, well, damn, was you fucking with the nigga? Was you doing, Queen did say that she sent some pictures, or somebody said she sent some pictures to him. And when VS asked about that, I think that was something else that Don Cato didn't like them discussing either. When she said he was getting angry with the angry arms, it could have been something like that too. Because they was talking about, the shit with Sean G or whatever. And allegedly MU and him liked each other. She sent him pictures or whatnot. But anyway, when it comes to that, I think what happened was when she found out that MU was coming, I don't think maybe because I'm sorry, the connection between Queen and Cam, like even Kenola said it last night. Ain't no way as a married man or a man with any woman would you have another woman dancing on you, twerking on you, doing all this kind of shit, all up on you in the pool, titties on your back. I mean, there's all kind of shit. And y'all like brother and sister, not flesh and blood, but a sister from another mister, that type of shit. But either or, I got bros like that, and I wouldn't be that close to them unless I'm giving them a hug. And twerking all on them and shaking my ass on them, that's crazy to me for somebody who's supposed to be my bro. Oh yeah, he probably single now because child. Anyway, so I'm thinking that she probably didn't want no other woman around. Now VS, she knew if VS and Cam, they ain't gonna be kicking it. They ain't nothing gonna be going on with them two. Now even MU. Probably MU wouldn't be thinking about fucking around with a Cam either if she came by herself. But she ended up coming with Don Cato. In the beginning, I don't think Don Cato was supposed to come with her. I think it was just supposed to be MU that was supposed to come by herself. And I'm just like, and then when they left, like, first of all, Cam was supposed to hook up with VS and MU because Cam said he wanted to meet her anyway, even though Queen said she didn't want to be around her. Cam said he did want to be around her. But when VS woke up, they was already gone. VS didn't even know that MU wasn't coming at that point. So they were already gone. So in other words, Cam was like, well, shit, let's see. I got to choose between VS and I got to choose between Queen. Queen don't want to be around MU. But I did tell VS that I wanted to, for content's sake, they all content creators. For content's sake, I want to at least meet up with, MU for some time. But that all changed. And I feel like he was like, Queen was like, nigga, fuck that shit. You ain't about to leave me at no goddamn raggedy ass motherfucking hotel that got only one elevator working and everybody else got to climb 10, 11 flights to get to their room. You're not about to leave me in my room. And you and VS go and hang out with MU? That's what I think will happen. That's what I think will happen. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to put Sassy's link in the chat for those of y'all who are not subscribers of Sassy. And I'm ending right on time because my son literally is inboxing me right now, asking me for something. Not the son that lives here, that's over down the hall in his bedroom, probably playing video games, but the other one who got my little grandbaby. He just sent me a message, so I gotta holler at him. So okay, so anyway, let me get Sassy's, and I don't do the redirects anymore. Not because I don't support people, but I know how some people don't like to be redirected to certain people's channels because they don't like certain people, and I hate it too. I hate when I'm in somebody's chat and I get redirected to somebody I don't like or don't support. So let me get this video link. I just do it the old school way, and I just put it in the chat so you guys can go on over there. Good morning, Ronnie Q. Hey, boo. So that's Sassy's link to her video. She's going to start in about 5 minutes. She already got people over there waiting. She already got people commenting in the chat. That's where we're going from here. Yes. But yeah, I hope, what up, you gotta chill. I hope Shakim does get home. I know y'all say he's down there. I don't understand why he just don't. Hold up, y'all. What happened to the concert? Wasn't he supposed to be doing a backyard concert? Like, I could have sworn he was supposed to be doing a backyard concert last night. So he didn't get enough tips at the backyard concert. He didn't get paid enough at the backyard. I know he didn't do it for the free 99. I know he didn't do it for the free 99. Hey, Kenna, how you doing, babes? Y'all need to let me know. Tracy confirmed that Don Cato does indeed have angry arms. What up, goddess? Ooh, BS, y'all. BS had me hollering. Flying. BS was flying down the strip. All you heard was her flip flops going click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. BS, that's my girl. I'm so glad that she is back at home in her bed. She's resting, y'all. She said she got her feet up. You know, she's resting, trying to get the swelling down. She said if it don't go down, she'll go see a doctor. But yeah, I can't imagine. You said in a meeting in 4 minutes. She said, I said, I'm tripping. I'm reading y'all shit and I'm talking in third-party companies are hard to get your money. They are very hard, very hard. I don't go through those places. I know people who do though, so no shade. I got friends and family who goes through the Expedias and all the price lines and whatever they call it. I don't even know them all. But I don't do that because of the horror stories I have heard. Because of the horror stories that I've heard, people being stuck or stranded, they get to a hotel and there's no room, or they get to a flight and they say, your name ain't on the list. And then you got to try to call those third-party companies, and it's hard to get through to them. And then some of them, they want to give you a credit. Like Via said, they only was willing to give her a credit, and that was only $70. So yeah, I go straight through the hotels, and I go straight through the planes. I go straight through the car companies, because everywhere I go, like I'm honest when I said I've never been in an Uber. I'm being honest because I've never been in an Uber, because everywhere me and my friends and family go, we rent a SUV. We rent the biggest ones we can get our hands on. And sometimes we rent 2 SUVs if we are that deep. So I've never been on any trip where I had to catch a taxi or catch a cab or a Uber or anything like that. We always rent vehicles. And somebody will put the vehicle in their name. Somebody will put the hotel in their name. Somebody will purchase the plane tickets. You know, it's teamwork when I go with my friends and family. And it's usually at the minimum 10 of us. At the minimum. And we get suites. We get suites with bedrooms, with beds, with couch beds. We get it all. And everybody sleeps comfortably. We be on the same floor next to each other. Man, I ain't saying I'm rich. I ain't got talent, caviar, and champagne money, but I make sure that I save enough and work enough money so that when I go somewhere, I'm not eating on no McDonald's budget. McDonald's budget, and I make sure that I can shop, that we can go to wherever we want, concerts, games, whatever type of events are there, you know, and have a good time. And have a good time. But yeah, let me get off of here. You guys, in 1 minute, Sassy is going live. So I want to be there. And I also got to hit my son up because my son is in my inbox. My son is in my inbox. We got to attend to our kids, y'all, when we online. If your kids need you, you have to go see what your kids need. So on that note, y'all, y'all make sure Shakim get home. Y'all make sure Shakim get home. He's down there stranded down to the Vegas. They couldn't obviously pack him up and put Tiny Elvis in their suitcase or in their back pocket. So y'all make sure Shakim get home. All right. Love you guys. Make sure you like and share the video. Please like and share the video. Please support the channel if you can for the commentary, for the content. $, the hood table 403, and shout out to the people who have been supporting the content over the past few days, because your girl is on her 8th video in a few days, y'all. I ain't never did this many videos, and I've been on YouTube for 7 years, and I ain't never did this many videos back to back to back to back to back. So thank you for those who sent some cash apps. I appreciate you guys. Like and share the video. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Love you guys.